What's up with Matias?
Just game of day, little chance to recoup.
He'll be okay for tomorrow's game.
I believe so, yeah.
Kozak progressing well enough that you
Yeah,
think he can.
had a good day. We'll see what he looks like tomorrow. I wouldn't rule him out.
What has Matias found in his game recently? I mean, he's been very effective. Just what's changed, I guess, maybe from a year ago, say.
I think he came into camp with really his head in the right place about how he needed to play and what he could add to this team from physicality and penalty killing, defending against all the top guys.
Tyson Kozak, you talked about how you were confident to play him against anybody. How have you seen his confidence grow since he debuted 11 months ago?
Yeah, well, I think the opportunity is put him in a situation where he feels good on the ice against anybody. He defends quickly, gets into people, and a lot of times physically, and he's not a big guy, but physically he can overwhelm somebody down low. And I think he just thinks he can play pretty well against anybody. And his speed is up there with our top guys. So it's really those two qualities, put you in a category where you can close on people in a hurry, and then you can physically separate them.
How about his offensive game? That seems to be better. I mean, his defensive game was always good, but now he seems like he's a pretty good two-way player. Now he's chipping in, and where has his offensive game grown?
I think we've seen where he's really good at getting to the net, really good at driving through, middle lane drive guy. I think where he's gaining a little bit of confidence is a little bit more of puck play from the top of the circles down, which I just think comes from playing.
What's been the challenge of trying to find the right guys to play with Tage right now, considering all his normal line mates are out of the lineup?
Yeah, I think it's just something that inside of a game or going game to game that we're going to try to look to find something that works. That Kulik, Benson, and himself seem to be a real good trio. But injuries aside, I think if you ask Tage, he would say that he's got to make the people around him better, and whoever that is, they have to be better when they're on the ice, whether it's defensively or offensively.
He looked like against Toronto, he was getting going. He had 3 goals in those 2 games, but he hasn't really scored a lot since. Offensively, what are your thoughts on him right now?
I think the opportunities have to go up. I think last night he was in on 2 good opportunities. Typically, a guy like that, if the opportunities are up there, that shot. I mean, the shot he shot through a screen that went off the far post. Those are the types of shots that go in for him because the way he shoots it catches everybody off guard. I think as a little bit of how we go has hurt his game. When we take this number of people out of there, take his regular line mates out of there, it's been an adjustment.
As far as the goalies go, they've all played well. Just what's the challenge of trying to get them another game when they're all going well?
My challenge is just keep them all playing well. That's my challenge. I think we've talked about this, that it's a good problem to have. It's not easy to navigate for them. It's not easy to navigate for myself. But I know that all 3 of them have been a big part of, getting us going in the right direction and putting points on the score sheet every night.
Do they play off of each other? Like you got a good game from Luukkonen, and then Lyon goes in. He gives you a really good game. Do they tend to maybe play off of each other that way and also competition?
I don't know if I can answer that, Paul. I think they want to step in and play really well and just say I want to get more games. I do know that the schedule is going to get heavy, and we need to possibly play the 3rd too. So we're in a good situation.
With Mason Geertsen, we know the role he plays on this team and what he brings. But when he's only playing, 4 or 5 minutes a night, just given the injury situation you have on the roster, does that kind of make it challenging? Like perhaps you might need another Another
No,
guy
I-
that could give you more minutes.
Yeah, I think, there's two ways you can look at it. We had pretty good success last year when we went 11-7 sometimes. The guys welcome that extra ice time. I think at the same time, we're chasing a goal last night, so I dropped down to, a lot of times with just 3 lines that we're playing. So, typically for him, I would say, he would get 6-8 minutes, but we're down 1-0. There was nothing to dislike about his play. He was physical. That line got the puck in deep and did some good stuff.
I wanted to ask about Josh Norris. How's he progressing, and is there an update on?
Yeah,
his
he's
schedule?
progressing. I guess really that's the word. He's back on the ice skating. I've talked to him. He said he's feeling better. He's not in that feeling great category yet, but he's feeling better. And just really want to try to keep progressing him with no setbacks.
No calendar on.
No, we have no calendar on that. No. Just the better he feels, the more we can keep doing with him.